MrBeast drama. And you guys might ask, is the drama dying down? What's going on, Cloudious? Are things getting better? No. Things are only getting worse. Let's watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, MrBeast's team is doubling down with another cease and desist, this time the final warning to Dogpack404, who you...
I saw the first cease and desist last night. Kind of crazy. It's really a bad look. You're going around trying to silence people, and you're not disproving really any of the claims other than that horribly sad post from that current Beast employee, Chucky, something like that, on Twitter. Yeah, it's looking really bad. I mean, going around silencing people's voices over their claims, like really strong claims with evidence, it's not looking good.
You all may know as the creator of the MrBeast is a fraud video. At this point, that thing is freaking global. It's had about 7, almost 8 million views. And we can get...
Huge video. I mean, massive video. And for good reason. He's got a lot of stuff in there that is just pretty surprising.
Go ahead and hop on over here to Twitter and see the cease and desist letter that Dogpack404 was sent. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Cease and desist, final warning. He added a funny little emoji. Dear Mr. Dogpack, obviously that's his real name. This firm, new firm whose white-collar criminal defense practice is second to none.
You know, he's pulling out all the stops, too. I mean, he's going after a big firm to try and silence this guy. I mean, it's just adding up, right? You know, it's not just a local general criminal defense lawyer. It's a firm that's really well known for their practice. You know, he's getting serious. He's trying to silence this voice.
According to their website, has recently been retained by MrBeast YouTube LLC, MrBeast, or the company, Lethal Company, and its founder Jimmy Donaldson, regarding the unsettling news that you have embarked on a campaign to disparage MrBeast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual.
Okay, so defamation, right? Well, are these baseless claims? Are they baseless claims? Well, I remember watching the video too, and I remember seeing a lot of evidence, video evidence, confirming before my very eyes some of the things that he's claiming. So it's really hard to say it's just defamation, just trying to make him look bad.
Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast, dated March 25th, 2024. The NDA agreement, which you have shown in videos posted to the internet. Okay,
NDA agreement. We're talking about NDAs. You can't speak on these things. They are secret. But if the MrBeast team and Jimmy Donaldson are breaking the law, isn't he allowed to speak on these things?
Now, right here where it says your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson are untrue, he says, then prove it. You have all the footage, but instead of posting any, you've just been deleting more.
Deleting footage, that was so crazy. We just reacted to that video yesterday. Oh man. Can't believe that he's just trying to cover this up as much as possible. He's not coming on video or posting on Twitter or anything, putting out like any sort of official statements trying to disprove this stuff himself or for the company. He's having people like Chucky, who doesn't even, I don't know what he even represents. He's not very important in the company, I don't think. Someone really low level like that trying to disprove stuff for him. He needs to come out and make statements himself, but instead he's in the background, having his legal team do it, having someone below him who doesn't even really matter do it. I don't know, man.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been seeing a lot of people mention, luckily Dogpack404 here, he's being covered. He's protected by a Whistleblower Act. And if you don't know what a Whistleblower Act is, it's basically someone inside of a company who leaks information that may be covered by an NDA if it is breaking the law, or if somehow it is dangerous, or it falls into this U.S. Department of Labor's, forms of whistleblower protections, right?
Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. I couldn't remember what it's called. Here it is. Okay, whistleblower protections. And look right there. I just saw it. You are protected from retaliation for reporting issues relating to fraud. Fraud and financial issues. I'm pretty sure the claims in his video about MrBeast were related to fraud and financial issues. Well, I guess it kind of depends on your definition of financial issues, because If we're talking about the illegal lotteries, I mean, that's related to finances or, taking advantage of people for finances. So, it kind of depends on your definition there for that part. But fraud, that is definitely the main alleged claim in his video.
The Department of Labor is here to protect your rights. An employer cannot retaliate against you for exercising your rights under the Department of Labor whistleblower protection laws, and retaliation includes such actions as firing or laying off, demoting, denying overtime or promotion, or reducing pay or hours. As you can see on this website, the National Whistleblower Center, we have a rundown of basically how, it describes what an NDA is. It's a legal contract between two parties, employer and an employee, prohibits the sharing of information deemed confidential, right?
I've seen some NDAs before that try to cover and what do you want to say? Like, they're overdone in a way that I don't think is even legal. It's pretty crazy what people try to put into NDAs.
However, such agreements can be used to silence whistleblowers in order to keep illegal activity under wraps. Additionally, NDA may prohibit the employee from informing the government about the existence of the NDA and the restrictions placed upon them. Now, these are going to be linked below. Lots of great useful resources, and you can kind of come to your own conclusions.
Yeah, see, that was kind of talking about what I just said. These NDAs can have these clauses included that just seem crazy, like how am I not allowed to tell the government about what you're doing or something like that. It's just insane what people put into these NDAs these days.
But what we're looking at here is a situation where if Dogpack404 can confirm that the things in his videos are either opinion-based, or he can prove that he's looking at public information like the MrBeast streams, MrBeast videos that are posted to YouTube. He can argue that he's simply just a whistleblower, or that he's covering public information. And now, we did cover in the past how the original cease and desist was pretty interesting because it was almost like an admission of guilt of all of the things that Dogpack mentioned in the original video.
Yes, I agree with this 100%. The wording is like, hey, you're letting out all of these things that we don't want people to know about. It's like, okay, so another self-report then, MrBeast and team? It's very, very interesting.
There wasn't really much information related to...
Also, by the way, Satan, Lord of Darkness represents... That's crazy. That's crazy. And then, yeah, so right here, disclosing sensitive, confidential, and proprietary information, business operations, content creation methodology. It really just sounds like they're saying, hey, you're disclosing all of our secrets, please stop. That's what it sounds like.
To libel, slander. It was more about the fact that Dogpack was revealing insider information, which is quite weird because if nothing in that video that is almost at 7 million followers now is real, what is it revealing?
Right.
Now, in this tweet, we're going to be diving into some very, very harsh allegation territory, right? So all of this is alleged. All of this is based on just me reading public information, right? But again, allegedly, this is happening.
Okay, same for me. I'm just going to cover myself as well. All of my reactions are based on an alleged post, an alleged claim here by Mr. Dogpack404. So any reactions that I give on this here video and his original Twitter post here, this is all alleged.
Dogpack says, also my number got leaked, apparently from a MrBeast employee named Kaylee. I've been getting texts from former MrBeast employees. Text I received last night claims that Jimmy, MrBeast, wants to have private investigators start following me and looking into my family's social media accounts to find ways to discredit me. Apparently the best narrative they have right now is that I'm a crazy drug-addicted MrBeast superfan that got fired for trying to steal company funds.
If this is true, this is absolutely crazy. I mean, this is insane, guys. It's insane. Hiring private investigators to follow someone around because they're claiming some very strong things here with evidence, right? It's a really, really bad look. Like, there is nothing more incriminating than that, I don't think. If this is true, it's very, very bad. It gives me weird, sleazy, sketchy vibes, like you're one step away from hiring an assassin or something. It is crazy.
And now, does that surprise anyone? I mean, it's very possible. Again, allegations, none of this may be true. Does it surprise anyone that a millionaire, one of the most successful YouTube channels of all time, would be trying to silence someone? And the best way to do that is by trying to paint them out to be deceptive, lying, kind of like we've seen Chucky try to do.
It doesn't surprise me one bit. I mean, he's on the top. This guy just said one of the most successful. No, he is the most subscribed YouTube channel, and he has so many YouTube channels, and they're all raking in millions of dollars. Of course he would want to stay on top. Of course he would want to preserve that image of the nice guy, the guy that cares about his followers. Of course he would want to do that. And so it makes perfect sense that if these alleged claims bother him, he would go to very extensive lengths to silence this person because it ruins his public image. It makes a lot of sense.
Kind of like we've seen people like Nathan, who leaked the 500,000 Discord messages, get silenced. Would it be surprising that these...
Wait, let me read this real quick. The website that hosted the Chris Tyson from MrBeast Discord leaks was taken down yesterday morning and served with what we can only assume is a cease and desist. They terminated everything to do with the website and repository with no notice. Yeah, just very interesting stuff going on here. If all these alleged claims, if they are true, it's a stack. It's a stack leaning towards MrBeast to crush him and his public image, really. I mean, it looks really bad.
Companies, are going out to Dogpack and saying, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy, right? He says, if this text is true, I will say, MrBeast, if you want to resort to personal attacks, I'm happy to reciprocate, or, just address the evidence. So
I just want to point out there, whatever he's meaning by personal attacks, if he is referring to physical violence, I do not endorse physical violence. I do not think that's the way to handle your problems. Take it to court, battle it out there. If you have so much evidence that you can, really reinforce your claims here, then you should be able to win those legal battles, regardless of a very, very high bar, legal team that MrBeast might have. So, I don't know. Just wanted to put that out there. Do not endorse physical violence. I don't know what he's referring to specifically there, but if that is what he's talking about, I do not endorse.
We have the text here. It says, dude, has anyone at Beast contacted you about the post you're making? I've been reading the NDA over to see what I can and can't post because I'd like to move on with my life and try having some type of social media presence. Not planning on ever mentioning I worked at Beast, but if it got out or if somehow, some way I accidentally mentioned it, I wanted to make sure I was going to get sued to hell. Also, if you're going to post my message for proof you worked at Beast, I don't care. Just don't show my number. You can save it how you want. Also, I got your number from Kaylee. I don't have access to anything Beast like Slack or anything. Obviously, I'm not a Beast employee. I'm a former employee. Someone else I know told me they texted you on Reddit talking about Kaylee and Leroy. I'm not that person, and I won't mention any current or former MrBeast employees because of NDA.
Very interesting stuff. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if the texts are real, of course. We don't know for sure. It could have been faked, I guess. But if real, it's just all really interesting stuff that's coming out right now.
And then we have another one here. It says, Dawson, again, that's Dogpack's name. I'm texting you anonymously to let you know that I heard James wants to have private investigators start following you and looking into every detail of your life. He wants them to reach out to your former employees, find all your social media accounts, your family's social media accounts, videos of you, anything. They already have a Google Doc list.
That really disturbs me. That really, really disturbs me. So if this is true, not just coming after him, but his family, like, come on. It doesn't get much more personal than that. Like, if you're really trying to take somebody down, I guess you go after their family. If you really are upset with somebody and you're taking something really personal, I mean, it really just looks bad on MrBeast and team. If this is true and they are going after him and his family, that's crazy. It's absolutely not okay. It's so weird.
Possible ways to discredit you, including you're on drugs and have mental health problems, your mom is bipolar, you're an obsessed superfan, you're crying, begging for your job back after they fired you, you tried to steal company funds.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, compile all of the ways that we could possibly discredit this guy, make up every story that could possibly make him look bad. Yeah,
etc. I don't know what's true and what's not, but personally I really think you should just take everything down ASAP. If you take it down, they'll leave you alone.
And again, if this is true, it's weird. Is somebody doing this to help him, or is somebody doing this like by direction from MrBeast to try and scare him or something. It's just a little minor detail, but I just can't help thinking about that. Is it actually somebody trying to help him who works at MrBeast or worked at MrBeast? Or is it somebody being directed by MrBeast or leadership to do this to him? If the text is real. It's just something I had to think about.
So at this point, they've gone from cease and desist to allegedly, possibly.
Allegedly.
None of this is true. Having people, unknown numbers that have never been in contact with Dawson, do not and should not have his phone number and private information, reaching out to him saying, hey buddy, it'd be a real shame if someone were to slander you and ruin your whole life, unless of course you just took the video down. I mean, that would be an easy solution, right? And now this last video
Exactly.
shows him receiving the text, and he said, you're trolling, what? And it says this number is no longer in service. He says, what the F? It says stop. He says, what? Stop. This is so creepy. Leave. Hello? What? Very creepy. I don't know if...
Yeah, again, it could be faked. We don't know for sure. If it's real, absolutely it's very creepy. Absolutely disturbing. And it kind of backs up what I was just saying. Maybe it was somebody who was directed to do this kind of stuff, to just mess with him, to make him feel scared or something. It kind of backs up that story a little bit.
If that's some type of, like, maybe they used a Google number, some type of throwaway number, and it's giving bot replies. I don't know. I've never seen a bot reply.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. I guess it could be bot replies, but they were really strange replies.
Leave before, though. That's very interesting, very creepy. Getting Squid Game vibes. You know how Jimmy loves them Squid Games, allegedly. I feel like I gotta say that after every single thing I say nowadays, because I might look out my window and see MrBeast or Chris Tyson with his Chris dog out. You never know. Now, I actually reached out to Dogpack on Twitter. He was nice enough to reply. He let me know that he's been watching the videos. He's loving the coverage. You guys are loving the coverage. I'm grateful that I'm able to do this and, you know, make a little bit of money. Maybe I can quit my job one day and do this full time. Either way, he reached out.
And it's a great video, man. You have great coverage here. I really appreciate it. Great for reacting to, I should say.
To me, I asked him a few very important questions. I asked him, I'm curious on a few things. When did you decide you want to make a video on MrBeast? What made you want to do it? And did it have anything to do with leaving the job? Plus, did you think his content...
I've been wondering about this myself. I was wondering about the conditions or the situation of his departure from MrBeast, the Dogpack 404 guy. Because it's really interesting. You come out with a story like this, it seems kind of out of left field, and then you hear that he was a former employee. Really, really interesting, right? I mean, what caused this? Where did this come from? Was it a really negative, you know, termination or departure? Was it, you know, it just makes you ask so many questions.
Content was all fake or a scam before you worked there. Now, if you guys have better questions than that, let me know down below. Maybe I can reach out to Dogpack and ask him. He says, decided to make the video a little over a month ago. I just felt like the MrBeast company needed to be exposed. I really tried hard to change things from within the company, like bringing up the predatory advertising practices to higher ups and suggesting ways to make the competitions more fair. So if this is true, MrBeast was like, more fair? Nah.
And honestly, depending on where this guy worked within the company, you know, assuming all of this is true, you know, it could have been just the fact that his immediate manager never got these suggestions to MrBeast or to the absolute, you know, most high up in the company. And so that's why none of this ever happened. You never know. That happens a lot. You make suggestions to your manager and it kind of dies with them because they don't think it's important or they don't want you getting credit for good ideas. Maybe they take the ideas and warp them and then it gets to the higher up, something like that. Yeah, this stuff definitely happens.
Predatory practices, that's good. He says it was frustrating. Also, they didn't reimburse me for travel, which was promised. Would have been like $300. Such a greedy company. I don't know how many times I have to mention, MrBeast makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year. He says, I knew the videos were fake, but to an extent, but seeing Mac was a surprise. I feel like those vids were completely scripted and him being in the vids was like a part of his compensation. Definitely didn't think he was running illegal lotteries or fake giveaways.
Yeah, that would have been a surprise. And of course, all of this is alleged, right? But yeah, that would have been a big surprise to find evidence of illegal lotteries when you just had no idea. I mean, I myself, right? I watched this video and I'm like, wait a second, what? What is all this? I didn't know anything about any of this.
Now, a bit of good news, my friends. Nathan W., who's the one who ended up leaking out the Chris Tyson 500,000 messages from the creepy Discord, their video or their website got cease and desisted the other day. Everything was taken down silently, quietly. He announces the Ava Chris Tyson from MrBeast Discord leaks have been successfully re-uploaded by Uncensored V. You can view them here. I'm going to censor this just to protect myself, but you guys are more than welcome to check out Nathan.
Interesting. I didn't know about these Discord leaks. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, didn't know about that.
W's Twitter. Go check out the leaks. Go make some backups. Do what you want to do to preserve this information before the next cease and desist comes, because you probably know it's right around the corner. Either way, guys, that's a bit of a small update. As always, you know, I'm doing research. I'm looking into Chris Tyson, Ava Chris.
Not small update. That's a pretty significant update. I mean, 2 cease and desists. 2 of them. They're not happy with the first one. They had to go with a second with a new law firm. They're getting really serious about silencing this Mr. Dogpack 404. It's not looking good for MrBeast and team. It is not. You go around trying to silence people's voices instead of disproving claims. I mean, come on, man. That is a really bad look. It's really incriminating, the stuff that they're doing right now. I'm really enjoying how spicy this is getting, though, and it's going to be interesting to see if there's even more that comes out in the future here. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.